Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to The Walk. Today is Friday, April 7th, and it is Good Friday. So we are continuing on in Romans chapter 8, and today we're getting to the part where it starts to talk more about sharing in the sufferings of Christ. So if we back up to verse 17, it says, "And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and fellow heirs with Christ, provided we suffer with him in order that we may also be glorified with him." As we continue on, we're going to get more information about this suffering. And it says, "For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed for us." So we have to be aware that our hope and our faith and our trust is in that glory that's coming, that God's glory is coming. "For the creation waits with eager longing for the revealing of the sons of God. For the creation was subjected to futility, not willingly, but because of him who subjected it, in hope that the creation itself will be set free from its bondage to corruption and obtain the freedom of the glory of the children of God." So what is all this all about? This is about the curse that happens all the way back at the beginning of the Bible in Genesis, when the Lord curses creation. He gives the curse to man. He gives the curse to the serpent that they're going to have to work, that creation is now broken, that things are going to start to have that law of entropy where things start to decay and break down. All of those things are coming into play in these verses. "For we know that the whole creation has been groaning together in the pains of childbirth until now." "And not only creation, but we ourselves, who have the first fruits of the Spirit, groan inwardly as we wait eagerly for the adoption as sons, the redemption of our bodies." So we're waiting for that time when Christ comes back and he establishes his kingdom, and that we live with him forever in that perfect harmony, in that perfect place. "For in this hope we were saved. Now hope that is seen is not hope." So we don't have this yet. We know we don't have this yet. If we had seen it, if we could see it and we already had it, it wouldn't be hope. And that's why it is hope. "For who hopes for what he sees? But if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it with patience." So we wait, and we know that God's glory is coming. We know that Christ is coming back to set up that kingdom, and that it's going to be that perfect place. "Likewise, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. For we do not know what to pray for as we ought, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us with groanings too deep for words." Right there, that's talking about that beautiful, beautiful prayer language where the Holy Spirit takes over and prays for you. The Holy Spirit just comes out, and it's those groanings, and it's a prayer language that you don't even understand, but you know that it's the Holy Spirit praying for you. "And he who searches hearts knows what is the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for the saints according to the will of God." So the Lord is searching your heart. He sees what's really in your heart. He knows exactly who you are. And the Spirit is interceding and praying exactly what needs to be prayed for. So there's that peace of knowing that prayer is absolutely perfect. All of this is what happens when we submit to following the Holy Spirit, when we are filled with the Holy Spirit, and we are avoiding that spirit of religion. "And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose." So we know that we can count on it. We know we can count on God to be faithful. We know that all of those things are going to come together, and that God is working things for our benefit. "For those whom he foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of the Son of God, of his Son, in order that he might be the firstborn among many believers. And those whom he predestined, he also called. And those whom he called, he also justified. And those whom he justified, he also glorified." Now, many Christians, myself included, can look back on their life and look at the time where they were not following God and see how God was already working in their lives. God knew that you were going to choose him. God knew that you would become a part of this family, and that because of that, you are called, you are justified, and he is also glorifying you into those positions where he wants you to serve. So as you go into your prayer closet today, recognize the fact that, yeah, sometimes things are really, really hard. Yeah, some things are really, really rough. But you have that peace of knowing that God is working in your life. He's always been working in your life, and that he's going to be there with you through all of it. He's interceding for you even as you pray, and that you have that peace of knowing who he is. Today is Friday, so I'm going to remind you, no video tomorrow, and I'll be back with you Sunday. God bless, and have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.